The Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission, IEBC, now says the courts are delaying the process of reconstituting the electoral body, citing two matters, one still pending at the Supreme Court and another at the Kiambu High Court. IEBC Chief Executive Officer Hussein Marjan said the Commission's hands are tied on whether or not it can conduct pending by-elections and oversee the delimitation of boundaries, which is 8 months late. Emmanuel Toh reports.
Responding to questions raised by Kenyans on when the electoral body will be in place to conduct pending by-elections and the long overdue delimitation of boundaries, the IEBC executive fumbled on the answers. Appearing before the Public Petitions Committee, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission CEO Hussein Marjan threw the ball in the judiciary's court, pointing to a constitutional crisis ostensibly contributed by the two petitions in court that have led to a paralysis in the commission for nearly 2 years. Marjan stating that the commission was still standing by for an advisory sought from the Supreme Court in July on whether or not they can conduct by-elections and the delimitation of boundaries, which should have been concluded by March this year.
The matter is still pending before the Supreme Court. If the Supreme Court renders its guidelines now and say, for example, we are able to do it as Secretariat, then we can go ahead and do it. But also there's a question of who can also extend the timelines now that the timelines are already over.
Apart from the pending Supreme Court verdict, another court battle at the Kiambu High Court, pitting one Boniface Njogu against Parliament, has thrown another spanner in the works after he filed a complaint challenging the constitution of the IEBC selection panel, saying it lacked the representation of the persons living with disability. In court papers filed last month, the Kiambu High Court Judge Dora Chepkwony gave orders barring the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, from passing the names of the selection panel to the President until the matter is heard and determined.
The Commission recommends that the process of recruitment of commissioners be fast-tracked to enable the Commission discharge its constitutional mandate.
The Commission lamenting over the pending by-elections in 11 electoral units, including Banisa, Magarini and Ugunja constituencies, and several other wards that have been without representation for more than a year now. The delay causing an uproar in Parliament as the House leaders called for the speedy reconstitution of the Commission.
Kwa hivyo anayeweza kutusaidia katika shida hii ni Jaji Mkuu, sababu yeye peke yake ndiye anaongoza mahakama zetu. Yeye ndiye anaweza kuambia wakumbuke kwamba IEBC ni institution ya maana sana katika taifa, na si vizuri kesi ile kuchukua muda kiasi ile ambaye imechukua.
Sehemu kama yangu mimi ninaotoka ya Kilifi, ule Magarini sasa mpaka sasa wamemaliza miezi karibu mingapi sasa hawajapata mwakilishi bunge.
Article 89(2) of the Constitution requires the IEBC to review the names and boundaries of the constituencies and wards at intervals of not less than 8 years and not more than 12 years. These must be completed 12 months before the general election. IEBC also cleared the air that there will not be any change to the presidential election transmission process, dismissing claims that there are plans to curtail the same through the Election Amendment Bill of 2024.
So, as things stand, the presidential election results of 2027, or whichever time that the presidential elections is conducted, will be transmitted.
Emmanuel Toh, Citizen TV, Nairobi.